Got it. But shit, I gotta go ahead and if y'all don't mind, get started because I gotta log off like right at 8:30.
Let me grab a beer, man. What's the topic?
I don't know, man. Cats getting all upset about Jay-Z and shit, man.
Man, they up in arms. They up in arms about that.
My thing is like nobody said the dude was trash, man.
Why y'all trying to bring it up now?
You gotta love them. I mean, I guess you just gotta love whatever they love. I guess you just gotta love them.
I don't understand, man.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Like not a single person said the verse was trash.
Well, Eric, you tried to discredit it because you was like, well, just because he raps for 4 minutes doesn't mean it's good. Some shit like that.
Because that's because if you, man, I can sit here and quote 100 Jay-Z verses that are better than that.
No, you cannot. No, you can't. See, and that's the shit I'm talking about right there. You cannot name 100 verses better than that when he spit. You can't name 100 verses.
What's Free is better than that verse.
Who's?
What's Free on Meeks is better than that verse.
But name 100 though. Name 100.
I don't want to sit here and name 100 Jay-Z songs, but if you want to go back to
you can't name 10. You can't name 10.
Reasonable Doubt, the album Reasonable Doubt, he has better verses on. He has 10 verses better than that on there.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does, man. Jay-Z, like Chris said, Jay-Z does that. I've heard better verses.
Chris likes Jim Jones, man.
That has nothing to do with it. You
right. It has nothing to do with it.
Jim Jones, Chris likes.
I said it when I first heard it.
It has nothing.
He likes bad rap. He likes bad rap.
No one said Jay-Z was terrible. That's what I don't understand. Why y'all get so offended by saying, "Hey, that's not Jay's best verse."
I don't like bad rap, and I definitely didn't from the jump didn't think there was all that of a verse.
I'm not mad at y'all don't like the verse.
Nobody said we don't like it.
I mean the length.
I'm not mad. Well, some of y'all was like, it's okay. Well, okay, I understand that. Take that point of view. That's cool. I stated my point of view. There is no argument. I don't want to argue about it with y'all.
Episode 51. What's up, everybody? We back at it.
Go ahead. You got it.
No, I'm saying this needs to be part of the episode. For real.
We'll leave it in. I don't care.
Hey, Doug. I keep meaning to hit you up, man. I'm surprisingly, I'm feeling that rapper Big Pooh, man.
What? You talking about his album?
I thought I lost connection or something. It was so paused. I'm like, yeah, man.
Nah, bro.
I'm feeling it.
You talking about his latest Supreme?
Yeah, I took it back twice. I was like, let me make sure. And I was like, yeah, this is straight. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and be like, it's great. I don't know if I would be like, hey, y'all check this out. But it's not trash, man.
All right, bro. I don't like him, so I just don't like him anyway. So
I don't really like him either. I mean,
so anything he drops, but the basicness. I mean, you know, he gonna get basic out of him, but come on, man.
Hey, man, we don't have shit to talk about, so if we want to have rap conversation, y'all might want to save it.
All right,
I can replay.
You're right.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing cracking. Episode 51. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Hops and Stocks podcast, brought to you by 100 Spoke Media Group. Blast can't get the card in the screen right.
No, man, it was in there.
Now we got you. Like I said, this episode 51. Shit, how everybody feeling, man?
What's up, man?
Excellent, man.
Excelente.
You know, it's that time of the year where the weather gets a little more crisp.
You got the Ohio State Notre Dame matchup.
You got to put those pads on.
I'll be through. Blast. What time? You want me to bring something?
Man, Blast clearly said no. You not a man. Yeah. he didn't even hesitate, man.
I mean, what's gonna happen if I show up at that man's front door?
Hey, y'all turn the lights off, man.
It's a bad matchup, man.
They're gonna be like, hey, Uncle Doug is here.
What's the ranking on Notre Dame?
2 and 5.
2 and 5.
Bad, man. It's for the ratings. Is what it is, man.
Well, you know,
we're gonna see, B-Dub. I hope I get to come back to this chat next week and really, do you dirty, because I've seen how you were talking in some of our other chats. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, man.
And this is why I say it, man. Is because how can Notre Dame be better than last year and y'all lost so much? How can Ohio? I think Ohio State's overrated. How can they be better than last year? They're already predicted to win the national championship. I don't see it. With the same.
I think one thing we got in our favor, hopefully. I mean, shit could go bad. But one thing that I think we have in our favor is this first game. Like, hopefully they ain't a well-oiled machine already.
You said how is Ohio State better than last year?
Yeah, how?
You got CJ Stroud, who's a second-year player, has a lot more experience. You're losing Garrett Wilson and Olave, but you still have 5 stars right behind them.
Yeah,
right.
who never played, who didn't play.
And Jigba is a first-round draft pick. What are you talking about?
So
Harrison scored 3 touchdowns. What are you talking about?
You lost y'all 2 best receivers. Y'all had 3 good receivers. So y'all lose 2. 1 is still there, and 1 guy barely played. Right?
Harrison played in the ball game, had 3 touchdowns.
Okay, so he played 1 game. Okay, so he barely played, is what I'm saying. He barely played. So how does that make y'all better than last year? A guy that doesn't have that much experience, and a guy that was sharing. He was the 3rd best receiver. Well, I wouldn't say the 3rd.
He was the 1st best receiver.
Everybody else lost. Every other team lost people. We're not the only team that lost.
I'm just talking about specifically Ohio State.
Okay,
when they rank, they look at other teams compared to.
Let me inject. So in Jigba last year, you could have said that you could have had this exact same conversation with him last year. You plug him in and he's a dog. He didn't play. He wasn't a dog the year before. Players develop. They've had 2 or 3 years inside the system. They gonna get better.
Right. So who's gonna play over Olave?
That guy got a lot of. So you say he's the best receiver? He got a lot of stats like that because the other two guys.
They didn't play in a bowl game and he went off for 3 something. What are you talking about, man?
So yeah, he balled out in that game. Who y'all should have lost to? Utah should have beat y'all. But I'm saying that defense is still there. Y'all, the problem wasn't with y'all on offense, it was y'all
new coordinator.
They got a new coordinator.
Yeah, same players though. The same players.
But you have a new coordinator that has a history of turning around bad defenses. We have 5 and 4-star players on defense. We just had a terrible scheme last year.
What's Michigan ranked, man?
It wasn't the scheme. It was the
you
players.
mad about something? You mad about something?
It was the players. It was the players. It wasn't the scheme. It was the players.
Okay, what's Michigan ranked? Because you mad about it. What's Michigan ranked?
I'm not mad about Michigan's rank.
What are they ranked? 6?
They're like 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Would you want them to be over Ohio State?
I mean, we haven't played a game yet. I don't know what we should be ranked. I don't know.
So I'm saying every year you can have the same argument. You got the same argument every year about Ohio State being ranked too high. Like you're never happy with Ohio State's ranking. Never.
What did I say last year?
Man, you're always saying that
what did I say?
We said it every year for the past 20 years.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You never get on here like, man, you know what? That's a pretty fair ranking of Ohio State this year. You're always upset about it.
No, I'm not.
And this year is going to be a little more because y'all beat us. So your chip on your shoulder is going to be real, real big.
I don't have a chip on my shoulder about Ohio State. Like, honestly, I don't think everybody said that we're just going to get washed by y'all this year. But my thing is, y'all have the same exact team, almost the same exact team. Y'all just got a different coordinator. Everything's the same. So what makes y'all think?
Game. It's a home game, so you probably will get washed out.
We got a better offensive line this year, and we had the best running game last year, and we got a better running game this year. We're just gonna run it down y'all mouth again, man.
Okay.
We'll see, man.
And what happened at the last game? They was playing in the elements, and the offense wasn't able to do what they normally do.
Well, we played those same elements.
Well, we can't look past this Notre Dame game.
Huh?
We can't look past this Notre Dame game. We can't.
That's way down the road, man. All right, man. Let's kick this off with this beer, man.
I'm like, can we get into the tap room? I'm thirsty tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm thirsty too.
I've been tapping on the Buckeye heads all day.
Man, see that he just can't move the conversation.
You ain't been tapping on nothing.
Just take it to the tap room, man. Do I got to take it to the
I'm
tap
gonna
room?
go first.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You deserve to go first today. I'm gonna
Pick
start
up
off
that
with
Scarlet.
I'm gonna start off with this Goliath Brewing Company. I think we've all had these before. It's a cherry Fandango.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had that. I have had some Goliath. It was a little sus, but
Give you the color that you need.
Yeah, it probably is sus.
You don't like that color?
That's a good color, though.
For some reason, I brushed my teeth, so it may not.
Oh, man,
it's definitely gonna be sus.
I was trying to make sure my smile's together for the pod, man.
I'm like, man, I don't know why I'm getting this minty note. Minty notes.
Oh man, cherry mint.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, it tastes like.
It's even. It must be sweet because it's like it's not bitter or anything. It's real good. It's shoot, man. Maybe I wasn't ready to go first. Cherry Fandango.
Oh, man, you done threw off the pod, man.
It sounded like you ended. Like maybe I wasn't ready to go.
Okay, cherry kettle sour beer. You know I can't see, man. I gotta take my glasses off.
I gotta take my glasses off to see is the funniest thing on the planet.
Hey, pouring a seductively red hue with aromas reminiscent of cinnamon crusted cherry pie. This kettle sour treat is both tart and sweet. No piss about it. Just a cherry on top, bottom in the middle.
Seductively?
Yeah, seductive. They use the word seductive. I give it.
Starting off with
the cherry, you really can't mess up with a cherry note, but you could mess up by making it too bitter. And I don't think they did. For my taste, I give this a solid 4. Solid 4.
Cool beans.
HH purchase?
Yeah, one of the mini hauls I had a couple weeks ago.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and check that one out.
That's
hey, y'all steered me right with that mango sour. That was legit.
Yeah.
I get a 4-pack of that for real.
Yeah, I just can't. I said I wasn't ever reviewing another UA on the pod, man, but it's fire.
UA sour.
This is good. I couldn't give you the ALC on it because I can't see it, but
it's a puree.
That mango. Yeah, it's thick. Yeah, you ain't gonna fuck with it, bro. Why don't you just pour it through a strainer? Like real talk.
I don't own a strainer.
This ain't no puree.
No, we was talking about that mango.
The mango.
Oh yeah, man, you'll love that.
I
didn't like the peach. So if it's anything like that peach,
you like peaches.
Peaches.
I like peaches, but man, it's just
I like peaches.
that smoothie type consistency. I don't fool with it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, 5.1 on the ABV.
Drink is a
5.1. Thanks for looking that up.
The milkshake IPA, but it ain't thick.
It's creamy.
Cool beans. All right, man. Let's kick it on over to B-Dub, man. What you got, bro?
Okay, I got this joint from Pipeworks. I think I see that. It's called Ninja versus Unicorn. It's the ninja side. It's a unicorn.
Different.
Nice can work.
It's a play off of the hops. One is a fruity hops, and one is a piney hop. So it's the battle between both of them. It's out of I think they believe out of Chicago. Yeah, Pipeworks out of Chicago.
Chicago. That's right.
This joint is 8%.
Mm.
Y'all can see it. Don't mind them scores right there. Y'all can see that. Don't mind that score. The one at the end right there.
It's not a championship.
I mean, no one's literally paying you no attention.
Yeah, you are. But as you can see, it's a double IPA, so can't go wrong with this good summer beer.
Summer's almost over.
Yeah, man. Uh-oh. Oh, he went
back.
He went in for the
words.
I'm used to something having a little bit more, having bite. Not as soon as you, you know what I'm saying, take it down, man. But it's cool, man.
I've used high. I've used or high.
It don't say what the IBUs are. It's definitely hoppy. It's smooth. It has a different opening that I'm normally not enjoying. But I am. My taste has been compromised. I've had COVID twice, so you know what I'm saying. So it is what it is. It does deliver on what it says it does. It's hoppy. It's tropical. I just don't like the opening. It's not bad. So, you know, this is a decent beer right here.
When you say you don't like the opening, do you mean like the first note that you get, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So I get this. This is a 3.75. It's a solid offering. It's like my third sip. Okay, it's a little better, but it still come off kind of aggressive. I was saying in the beginning.
For the third sip, it looks like that glass is barely moved.
Right, man. What kind of sips?
I don't think he's gonna be finishing that.
It's an 8%, bro.
It's still something here too. That's the aggressiveness I'm tasting right there. It's that 8%. Loving this can work though. Once again, this is a Pipeworks Ninja versus Unicorn double IPA 375.
Might be for the sink.
Nah, it's gonna be for the belly, but you know, she got there, Blast.
All right, I'm rolling with Ology. I think we've seen Ology on our podcast a couple times. It says out of Florida. Is it Tampa E that they're out of?
Or have I been up? Yes, that area.
Okay. So out of the Tampa area, I got rainbow colored glasses. It's a rainbow sherbet inspired Berliner style fruit beer.
Shout out the glasses.
Yeah, man.
Elton John glass.
6% on the ALC. Got a lovely color working here.
Oh yeah, it's got to be fire. Well, it tastes like grapefruit.
Oh damn, yeah, it smells good, man. I guess I'm supposed to be getting rainbow sherbet, so we'll see.
It's a fire ice cream, though.
I am not a sherbet fan, man.
I like sherbet.
Not bad. A little bit on the, for whatever reason. Let me see.
Okay.
It doesn't say sour in here anywhere, so a little bit on the sour side for whatever reason. I don't know if I'm getting sherbet. I mean, I'm getting some sort of, you know, fruit cocktail or whatever, but
Fruit.
not sherbet though.
Fruit cocktail.
Yeah, it's got to be a line for next week.
Hey, man, this is like a 3.5.
Yeah, that bitterness, man.
That face you over there making, man.
But Blast, does it say?
No,
what it's supposed to be?
it doesn't nail the sherbet note. I heard somebody say sherbet's a fire ice cream, and
It is.
this is not fire.
So you know what you gotta do.
Yeah, I got to do it, man. I mean,
Graded appropriately.
You've got to dog walk that beer.
It goes to the sink.
no, it doesn't go to the sink, but
It don't go for a second pour.
Yeah, you're barely moving that needle on the glass either.
shit, man, 325.
Ooh.
That might be the
Yeah.
lowest I've ever given.
That's trash.
What's wrong with it? It's not delivering.
It's got a fruit note to it, but it's sour for whatever reason, and it doesn't say that it's supposed to be sour. Maybe it's a whole different conversation if it's rainbow sherbet sour, but
When was it canned? Look on the bottom of the can.
there's nothing down there. Yeah, it ain't got nothing, no date on it. And it's kind of like you said, B-Dog. I mean, I don't know, maybe it is grapefruit, but it's got a bitter note to it for sure. Bitter sour. 325. Sorry, Ology. It is what it is.
All right, man. I was in Cleveland earlier in the week. So I grabbed some Great Lakes. I don't know if this is down here. You know what I'm saying? We can just grab it in the regular Kroger. But this is called a Hazecraft IPA. It's a hazy IPA, obviously. Checking in at 6.7 on the ABV. Juicy, tropical, and hazy. It says blast into orbit through a hazy galaxy of otherworldly tropical fruit aromas. First thing that I want to comment on is it's not my definition of hazy. When I think of hazy, I think a little bit darker than that.
Yeah,
See the back of that glass again.
Right, guys?
What is that?
It's got Ohio.
Okay, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, it's Ohio emblem on the back of the Ryan Guys glass. It's not super hazy. I mean, it's not transparent, but it's not super hazy. But excuse me, it is a good drink, man. You get those citrus notes on the nose. I'm getting more grapefruit and a little, and I know this probably sounds off-putting, but anybody that drinks IPAs know what I'm talking about. A little dish detergent, little dish detergent vibes on it. It's solid. I ain't in love with it, but it's drinkable. So I'm gonna get this joint a 4. It was $11 for the 6-pack, so you can't beat that. I got it at a Kroger. It's drinkable. I would pick it up, something just to have in the refrigerator. Not in love with it. What we got? Great Lakes.
It came in a cardboard box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Come
man,
on, shit.
you got what you paid for.
I mean, overall, it sounds like kind of a disappointing night in the tap room.
Yeah, man, we didn't bring the fire like we should have, but
Well, speaking of this joint right here, I forgot I even had this. You know, I was gonna review one of the ones that Jermaine bought me, but I found this. I had to ask him, did he send this? He's like, nah. I was like, I don't know where this came from.
I almost want to go get another beer. Like, man, round 2.
Man, Toes, you on mute if you was trying to say something.
I was gonna come stout today, man. I'm glad I didn't.
I just want to holler at it. Just shout out to Jermaine because I was saying his name like I ain't know him last week, but that's a funny dude, man. I remember Jermaine and Broadmoor.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that dude, man.
He's
Out
funny
South
cat.
Carolina.
Silly. I mean, one of the sillier senses of humor that you ever find, man.
Funny dude. Hey, y'all know that dude played with forgot his damn name now. He played for the Chargers.
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, yeah. He played with Phillip Rivers at NC State.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I know we didn't have no specific topic, and you know what I'm saying, Dub wants to stay clear of the jig analysis. So I seen an article earlier in the week, and we'll get y'all cats input on California is set to do away with all sales of gas-powered vehicles by 2035, meaning that all new car sales in California have to be EV. You know what I'm saying? Meaning it doesn't impact the used industry. Like, you can still sell used cars, but you know what I'm saying? Basically, they're saying you can't sell gas-powered vehicles in our state anymore. What y'all think about that?
Let me ask you this before we start. And I could have the year wrong, but it seemed like a lot of companies were trying to, have their fleets up and running by 2025. Do I got that number wrong?
I know Cadillac, I'm not sure if it was Cadillac specific or GM as a whole. I thought Cadillac was either 2025 or 2035.
Maybe it's 35, but it seemed like there was a number that a lot of companies put out where by that time they were only going to be EV.
Yeah, I guess my thing, I don't know if 25 is realistic because you don't have the infrastructure.
Yeah, 25 doesn't seem realistic at this point.
Yeah. But it just seems like that's the way of the world is. They're pretty much going to be forced to go into EV. And this probably would have been a better conversation to have Ross on here to be able to tap into, how he does his solar power and stuff and all that. But I've read some concerns about, one, infrastructure, two, the cost of maintenance. And without fact checking, somebody posted an invoice of what it cost to repair, I think it was a 2012 Chevy Bolt, and just to repair the batteries. And once again, this could have been internet BS. It showed an invoice for $29,000 just to repair the batteries.
Is that because of the EVs are relatively new?
Yeah, and you probably don't have the mechanical support for it. I believe Tesla, you can only take it back to Tesla. I remember seeing an article about a Black dude that had learned how to repair Teslas, and he opened up his own shop, but he wasn't, obviously an authorized Tesla mechanic.
That's a good avenue right there.
I just know in California, man, especially LA, I mean, you're dealing with you're dealing with a pollution crisis that has been going on for years. You know what I mean? Just the smog and the exhaust fumes. So I think it makes sense for certain parts of California to go ahead and try to improve their environment. But you have a lot of people probably going across the border and buying new cars and just bringing them back to California. Well,
the thing with California is California has always had those emission standards. So you can't just bring a car that doesn't meet, companies have had to make California specific emissions cars because you wouldn't be able to register it so that's, I don't know how long that's been in place, but as long as I can remember, there's always been cars specifically made for California because they have higher emission standards.
Yeah, I think Chris was talking about how he still gets e-checks, man. On his truck.
Man.
Well, I mean, California's pretty progressive. I mean, in terms of trying to make a change. They've always kind of been like the forerunners in policy. So it's a pretty, it's pretty stringent policy, but I think other states will probably follow along.
Oh yeah, it's going to definitely open up other opportunities for other things to happen. If that happens, you're going to need somebody to service some vehicles. So that's an avenue right there. Investment wise, it's going to be a lot of things that's going to open up because of that. Because definitely, like you said, the other states is going to follow suit with that.
And speaking of just solar energy, man, I've seen 2 houses in my neighborhood within this month put solar panels on top of their rooftops. I'm like, man, what is going on? I heard it takes so many years for that stuff to kind of pay off, but I don't know if there's something going on in Ohio where they're offering, people to get these solar panels for free or at
I'm sure there's some tax credits too.
Yeah, some tax credit, but too. I mean, and they get it done. Like they get it done within hours. So I don't know. It's something I kind of want to look into.
Yeah.
They were talking about $29,000 to service that electric vehicle though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've always heard that, and I've worked with a lot of people that roll hybrids, and I've always heard that once the 10 years is kind of the shelf life of the battery, and maybe that's changing with the new EVs, but pretty much once the battery goes, it's time to look into something else because, to your point, the repair or getting a new battery is so expensive that it may not be worth it at that point.
Do you think once everybody else gets on board, the price to service those cars and the parts the price will come down? Because I remember when like flat screens came out, the price was super duper high.
Yeah,
cell phone prices was super duper high, and then when everybody started getting them, the price came down.
Yeah.
If you think about probably like 25 years ago, remember when it used to be super expensive to get a foreign car serviced because everybody was only servicing domestic cars. But now you can get a Toyota tune-up as cheap as you can get a Chevrolet tune-up.
Right. Because they brought a lot of those factories and things over to America. Yeah. Like a Honda. I think Honda has its main hub in Kentucky, right?
I know they have
Toyota's pretty big in Kentucky.
Yeah, I thought Honda has a plant. Is it Maryville, Ohio?
Okay, maybe Ohio.
I'm not 1000% sure. Y'all can't see yourself purchasing EVs?
Yeah, I do.
I like fast and loud.
I like quiet and smooth.
So I know.
I mean, the EVs are fast. Don't fool yourself.
No, they fast. They fast. I drove that Tesla Model Y, whatever it is, and when I was out in Cali, like the little SUV. Oh yeah, that joint has giddy up. But they're coming out with that new Charger next year, and that mug it has. It has artificial exhaust sound, and it sounds like a scorched kitty, man. I'm like, it sounds bad, man.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Weird. It's weird going that fast and not hearing the gear shift and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My neighbor has a Tesla, and he said he has that button, the ludicrous button on it. It's like you hit this button, and you get an extra like 300 or 400 horsepower.
Oh, damn.
It's called. Yeah, look, it's called ludicrous, and
it's called
ludicrous. It's called ludicrous mode.
Okay.
He claims that
he was joking when you said ludicrous. I'm like,
no, that's the mode. It's called ludicrous, and he claims his Tesla has like 800 horsepower. I'm like, bruh.
You know what? I'm not really impressed. Like, I don't really like the Tesla. Like the look of them, I don't really like them, man.
Yeah, I think that's my thing. Most of the EVs I've seen, I guess I've grown to, kind of normalize what a Tesla looks like, but it's not like it just jumps off the page to me like, oh, there go that Tesla.
Yeah, it's like
the big sedan is kind of hard. I don't like I'm particularly, like I said, the grill looked like a shark or something, man. I ain't fond of the grill, but I think the Cadillac EV is hard.
That's hard.
Obviously the Ford F-150 is hard. That Hummer truck, I think is hard. And then BMW, they got a bunch of stuff that they've been previewing. I don't know when any of that stuff is gonna drop, but it's dope too.
Yeah, once they start getting those charge point stations more, readily available,
Yeah.
Cool little move, man.
I heard they're gonna tear up the streets though, because they're a lot heavier than the average regular gasoline car.
Because of that battery.
Because the
Yeah.
battery, because the battery is basically the chassis. They build all the batteries into the chassis and then stick the shell on top of it. That is a concern. Also, man, just the time to charge it. Like when I was had that Tesla rental, and you actually, it's not like you just plug when you go to these super stations and all that. Like you have to pay for that. So it's like if you get the supercharge, it's almost like paying for premium gas. It's not the same cost, but you still going to sit there for like 30 minutes. So it's not like let me go fill up for 20 seconds and I'm out. Like you got to plan. Okay, let me fill this up. Then once again, in my opinion, and somebody may have done it, and I might have to research it. I don't believe cross-country travel is possible in a Tesla.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like,
why is that?
Where are you going to charge it in the middle of Wyoming?
You better map out them distances.
Yeah.
So I gotta stop.
I have a coworker that has an EV, and he wanted to see what it was like just to drive up to Michigan, and he said it was awful. He said the infrastructure wasn't there to really make it doable.
Yeah, so everybody out there, y'all might want to start investing in them charge stations, man, because it's coming.
Yeah.
I see my neighbor. I guess he had some service done, and another Tesla, like a service Tesla, pulled up to his driveway, to his garage, and they were, connecting wires and shit. I don't know what they were doing. They were doing something.
Tesla whoopee.
Right.
So E, when you was filling up the car,
I was like, yeah.
When you was filling up the Tesla that you said you rented, how much gas did you put in, and how long did it take?
Well, it was, you charge it, and it took like a half hour to charge it, and this was
fully charged.
No, so they advise you not to fully charge it because I guess it compromises the battery life. So you only want to, and I don't know if this is 1000% true, but I've heard it on 2 different rentals. The owner, this was rented through Turo. The owner only wants it charged up to like 85% or something like that, and that's supposed to be, I guess, like the standard. Like you don't want to charge the battery full, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me if you can't do it. But I think it shortens the life. Somebody can fact check me and let us know. But 2 rentals that I've been in via Turo, they said don't charge it past like 89% or something like that.
So let's just say you go to the charging port, the charging station, and you're like at let's just say you're like 40%. And you want to go to 85%.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know? Like, do you type in like 85% or something? Like, how do you know?
There's it's a huge flat screen in there, like basically a huge iPad in the middle, and you can see everything. So it'll tell you, what it is and how much time and this, that, and the other. And it was this was like from 10% up to like 80. It's like a half hour. So you just kind of sitting there chilling, waiting for it to charge.
Reading the newspaper.
You got it plugged up. You're inside the car. You're looking at the screen.
Yeah, you can be inside the car looking at the screen. Yeah, you sitting in there and it just plug it in. But like I said, go ahead.
I'm still in the mode of, at the pump like this.
No. You sit in the car and it's just basically, man, it's just like plugging your cell phone in. It's just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, and charging.
You sit in the hot ass car while it charges.
You can probably have it on, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You probably have the AC on.
Yeah, you can run AC. But like I said, I mean, they're dope. I think the interior, I don't like the interior of the Teslas. Because literally all it is that touchscreen. So like I'm used to looking straight ahead. You always got to look to the right to even see the speedometer because it's on the touchscreen. Like there's nothing on the dashboard.
Oh wow, damn!
I was like, man, this is the most boring. I don't know. I like how some of the other automakers are doing it, where they still give you that dashboard look and feel, but it's just an EV.
Did you go automatic? Like. Not
yeah, it's legit too. Now I kept them really close because I was in.
I'm scared. Like,
yeah, I was
trusting that thing.
Yeah, I was on the highway in California, so I'm like, man, I want to make sure that this mug don't get squirrely or nothing. But nah, it'll change lanes for you and everything. It'll find like the best route, and it'll speed up, it'll slow down. It's It's dope.
So you didn't have to have your foot on the gas or
You
nothing?
don't gotta touch nothing. You hit basically autopilot, and you can sit back and
Yeah.
like I said,
Man, that's crazy.
I'm not with that, man. I'm too old school, man.
I
Yeah,
got
they're trying to do like trucks like that, man.
autonomous trucks. That's gonna be a disaster. I'm gonna tell you why. Go ahead, Doug.
But that'd be scary, man. In the car that's changing lanes without you. That'd be scary as hell.
That
I couldn't trust
industry,
that.
them people in that industry make a lot of bread. So if you're gonna replace them with a computer, that's gonna take away a lot. That's gonna take a lot of jobs, man.
Man, once again, autonomous trucks. Once again, you have to have the infrastructure, and to me, I believe that if you're gonna put your normal truckload is 80,000 pounds. That's gross. That's load, and that's the physical equipment. Obviously, these trucks, EV, we're making an assumption they're going to weigh more because it's the batteries.
Yeah, that got to be heavy.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be super heavy. So I believe that one, you're going to have lighter loads. Two, yeah, I feel like you're going to have lane specific for them trucks, man. Like you can't have a 80,000 pound vehicle unmanned going down the fast lane on 75, man. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
man, the first runaway that kills 20 people on the highway, like it'll be over for them. Like,
Yeah, man.
You look over and just see a ghost driving that bitch.
right, man.
Yeah, you can't even get that no more, Blast. When we was kids, we used to do this all the time.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be nobody but a ghost in that thing, man.
I mean, it
Maybe
just
they'll
takes
make it
one
smart
small
enough to
glitch.
recognize.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
just takes
And then,
one small glitch, and that thing is just AWOL.
yeah, I mean, you gotta think, man, there's hackers out there that
Man, yeah,
are
that hack.
already working on the next, you know what I'm saying, kaboom.
Oh, I even think about that.
Oh, yeah, like you
Hackers can hack in that shit and take your whole load.
exactly. You know, you sitting over there, Best Buy load and showed up in Trotwood. Like,
Find out when them new iPhones are dropping and take the
Right.
whole load. Damn.
man, I just think they're moving fast. And once again, EVs have been around for, you know what I'm saying, over a decade now, maybe 15 years or so.
Was it the Toyota Prius was one of the first EVs?
Yeah,
It's hybrid.
Oh, that's a hybrid.
Yeah.
Okay. What's Tesla? Tesla wasn't the first though, was it?
The Volt the first one? That Volt's been around for a while.
Yeah, I know the Volt's been around for a while. We ain't gotta waste time trying to figure it out, but it's here. And like I said, I've been looking at EVs, and I want to obviously build my business credit up, because of the tax implications that you can get when you own EVs. Plus, if you buy, you know what I'm saying, specific size cars or trucks, you get that deductible too. It's like, man, you can basically start owning these joints for free.
Get you a little fleet of EVs.
Yeah, something.
Send them out autonomously to do some Amazon runs.
Hey, they gonna take over Uber too?
It's all
They
fun and
don't need
games
no
until your ride is taken from a hacker.
All right.
Like,
I
where's my fleet?
Wasn't Uber testing that out? Somebody was testing that out in one of these cities.
Yeah,
like a
I think
remote
Uber
control.
killed somebody with one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody died. Yeah. And I think they halted that experiment real quick. Like, yeah, we don't need to be out here doing it.
Ran somebody over.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy, but I definitely have interest in buying one. But once again, I like old school cars too. It's just like, man, y'all about to try to make fossil fuel obsolete, man. Like,
Well, you live in Tennessee, E. You'll be good for a while.
oh yeah, we ain't. You know what I'm saying? Them cats ain't giving up.
Oh man,
them
ain't
big
taking
boys.
away them F-150s no time soon.
Yeah.
So let's just say you have a Tesla and you go to a bar and you get smacked up.
You can get a DUI.
Okay.
Yep.
If that thing could drive itself and you in a passenger seat,
You will still get a DUI. There's been stories about people doing that. You know what I'm saying? Cat gets smacked, punch it, coherent enough to punch in the number to get him to his house, still get a DUI.
Does the car? I'm assuming it stops on its own if it gets pulled over. It knows that it's
Like, nah, you ain't stopping. Like, if you're in a high speed chase, you can blame the Tesla. Like, man,
like, oh shit, owner, I'm getting pulled over, man. Hold your shit together back there.
But to get a DUI, like,
Who talks when it gets pulled over? No, we haven't been drinking.
Yes. I'm about to blow this bitch.
I think most times to get a DUI, the keys just have to be within reach. You know what I'm saying? But even well, that's kind of weird because Tesla
ain't no keys, right? It's a fob.
It's a fob. Yeah, man. Just the other day, there was a dude that got the chip embedded in his hand. So he walk up to the door and go like that, and it open. I'm like, man, you doing too much, man.
Yeah, you doing too much.
Like, what you gonna do when you get a new car, or what you gonna do when that chip go bad? Like what are you doing?
Implications of that thing going spread through his body.
Man, yeah.
Man, I mean, you talking about carjacking somebody? Like, hey, man, give me your whole hand. Like,
Run around hand.
It's my car key, man.
Like, why do you have a bloody hand in your back?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I would have been killed this long time ago.
Oh yeah, man. You haven't made it.
Did y'all see? I don't know if y'all saw on Instagram where that DA down in Georgia. I don't know if it's Atlanta, but she pretty much
Fulton County, man.
Yeah, she pretty much said, if you don't want to, for me to have my boys knocking on your door, talking to the rappers, stop snitching on yourself in these songs. And she cited this song where somebody's kicking down the door. She said, look, she's like, you admit to a home invasion. I mean, what are we supposed to do? She's like, let me give you some free legal advice. Stop talking about this shit in your rhymes.
I don't know what it is about snitching in stereo, man. I don't know what it is. This one guy made a song about stealing PPP.
Oh yeah, he hit them for millions too. Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know. As someone who obviously us all used to formerly write, I don't know, man, because it's not like they looking at like people make movies based upon like real stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like me personally, once again, I feel like the hip hop community has to police itself, and we are responsible for a lot of the violence and whatnot in the neighborhoods, in my opinion, because we glorify it. But everybody out here that's talking about it ain't doing it, ain't living it. You know what I'm saying? And I would hate to be implicated in something just because I had a vivid imagination, or that I'm just, you know what I'm saying, reporting something that I heard it secondhand. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats ain't in the streets, man. A lot of these cats ain't gangster. They're just talking about stuff they hear.
I think 90%
don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it.
Nah, I mean, I can't be mad at her trying to clean up her county. I mean, that's what's happening. And if you stupid enough to, and I don't want to say, well, yeah, if you stupid enough to keep, you know what I'm saying, talking about the body that you caught last week and you really caught a body, that's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
after they've came after a couple of cats.
Yeah, like,
might want to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, you might want to start rapping about gospel or something, man. Like,
well, the culture of rap has changed, man. Like when we was coming up, music, you understood that everybody wasn't doing what they were saying on record. Now it's the people that's really in the street coming into music. And now you don't know. That line kind of blurry now. They might be, doing what they say they doing. So,
I think you always had that though. Because there are some people who I listened to I was watching Mav Hoffa's podcast the other day.
Yeah, that dude got some good content, man.
Yeah, and Fat Joe was on there, and I was just listening to Joe's story. Like, Joe really did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats like that, but obviously he's not pushing that narrative anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's elevated, he's made his money, and he's doing other things to make money via content. And you know what I'm saying, not still trying to push, you know what I'm saying, the Cartagena moniker. But you had cats, I mean, hip hop is from the streets, man. Hip hop was birthed in the ghettos. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gonna have some real cats that can rap. I think today, I don't think everybody is. I think everybody tries to be. You know what I'm saying? So you might not be street, but you've created this persona of I'm street, I'm hood, and when somebody tests you on it, you don't have a choice but to try. And you might not even really be built like that, but you painted yourself as, you know what I'm saying, I'm this drill rapper and I'm gangster and this, that, and the other. But when somebody tests you, like, oh man, I kind of got to show and prove or get dealt with.
I mean, speaking of getting tested, I know Billy and we've been watching that Murder Inc. And when they tested Ja Rule, I mean, Irv has some good things to say about Ja Rule, like he about that life. I didn't know, man. He said Ja Rule about that life. He said he could fight. I've seen it. Hey man, Irv is funny to me now, man. Like I got more respect for Irv now.
Hold on, before y'all go on, because Dub, I feel like maybe you missed the era. Like, to me, Murder Inc. and Irv has always been that dude.
Well, I see what he's saying though. No, I guess when you live in it, you don't really realize it. You got to look back.
I'm not overlooking what the contribution they did with hip hop. I'm not overlooking that. I just didn't like their brand of artistry. I wasn't a fan of Ja Rule. Like, to me, he was a mixture of R&B, Pac, and like X. Like, to me, and then when he started singing, I just didn't understand I understood his lane, but I didn't understand his lane. Like, I've never owned a Ja Rule CD.
Right.
And I don't think I've ever will. Like, I like their grind. Watching the Murder Inc. story, I respect the grind. And it's inspirational. I respect that wholeheartedly. I just didn't like him as an artist. Like, he's not, I don't think I've never heard anybody say Ja's in their top 50.
But take it off of Ja. Like,
who else
was still producing and putting out stuff for other people, like, early on. So I'm saying take it off of Ja. Because if we saying Ja went commercial and when we went on to the hip hop R&B combo, Irv was still that dude. You know
okay. And that's where I was schooled on. Okay. I was thinking Irv was a Khaled type of person.
Nah,
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Irv was a real DJ from kind of our era where they was really on 1200s mixing and scratching and producing beats. I mean, when they said he did Can I Live, I'm like, shit, enough said. Man, I respect Irv.
Yeah. He's giving so much, he's putting so much Ashanti content out there though, man.
I heard about that, man.
I think it was to generate buzz for this Murder Inc. documentary.
I mean, I'll give you what I heard on the news today, man. They said that, I mean, they showed a clip and Irv was like, I mean, he's coming off kind of predatory, man. I guess there's like a 10-year age difference between the two. And,
word?
Yeah, they I mean, and Irv was already married, but they said
he's like 50.
They said one night they was both at the studio and he offered to take Ashanti home. I mean, he starts describing her sweatpants. I'm like, damn. My bad, guys. My bad.
Damn, Blast.
And I'm just like, man, you know, he was like, she used to wear these juicy sweats, and he was like, her ass would look so good. And he was like, he dropped her off, and he kind of went in the door or whatever, and he was like, when she turned around, I just kissed her. I'm like, damn. This sounds kind of aggressive.
Yeah, it sounds kind of on the news, kind of takeish.
Yeah,
it is kind of like predatory,
takeish,
kind of like R. Kellish.
Oh. Yeah, that is kind of Robertish right there.
Right. Sit down, Robert. Sit down, Robert.
Bye, Robert. Bye, Robert. Go home, Robert. Don't stop.
Why didn't Gail appreciate when Robert was animated, man?
Yeah, y'all appreciate something on Gail.
Oh.
I ain't gonna even touch that alley-oop.
Right, hey man, but go Ja Rule. So Ja Rule had 50 running. Like, did y'all know that story, or is that just their side?
That's murdering. I mean? That's murdering side.
Okay, because I'm thinking like, man, you know, what I mean, what didn't I catch when that came out?
Because the way
Huh?
The way Black Tie said it, I mean, it was like a movie. He said he ran an elevator and it just closed like.
Right. And he was like this. He said 50 was like this. Now, some crazy stuff that he said was that when the lights went out, he just started stabbing and stabbing.
He always
like,
said that. He always
is that what you told the police, that the lights went out and you just started stabbing randomly around the? It was crazy. But he did some time for that though. I think he got arrested for that.
I know when, like I said, Joe, Fat Joe, when he was talking about his story, he was talking about 50 Cent when he had beef with him and how 50 was like really known as, you know what I'm saying, somebody in the streets, obviously. And he said that 50 could box, right?
Yeah, he could box, man.
Yeah, it's like 50 could box. So it's like a lot of cats didn't really test him. He was like, but I had, you know what I'm saying? Like I was confident in what I could do. And he was like, plus I kept the snipers with me. He was like, man,
Fat Joe was confident.
Yeah, Fat Joe was like, man, he's like, Fat Joe was like, man, I kept some hitters with me, basically, like cats that may or may not have had bodies in the streets. I'm like, man, I didn't realize that Joe was like, I mean, you never know what somebody real or not. Like, there's some cats I believe and there's some cats I don't believe. I won't mention any names, but and Joe was one that, but you never thought like Joe was like as big as what he was saying that he was, but yeah, he was like really getting it.
Oh yeah, man. You ever seen that? I don't know if it was on TV One.
Yeah, I saw that one beat up.
But the story on Joe, he really was a grimy dude, man. He looked grimy. I'm saying I ain't never. He was like never not thought he wasn't grimy.
Yeah, like, man, I be fine now though.
Like, I'd be in the streets with my shirt off. He was like, I didn't care. It's like
he was like, I'm
grimy. He was grimy and nasty.
Clear.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but everybody can change their ways, man.
Oh, yeah. He's super humble now. He don't want no problems.
No.
I mean, he did call.
He's like a nice guy. He like a nice guy. He look like Blast a little bit, man. A nice guy.
Blast be friendly like
that, man.
I mean, Joe all crispy and Beijing got a little.
Yeah, man.
Man. He got the lightest Beijing, man. He got little dabs of Beijing.
I think he's getting zinged up like every other day, man.
Right. I mean, like, what color is that, man? I didn't know that Just for Men had.
Hey, man.
That type.
Hey,
somebody in there whipping up that color for him, man.
Like,
Khaled is worse.
We got to make this Puerto Rican for you, Joe. This ain't in the stores.
Khaled CD got no love in the chat, man. They got no love.
Hey, man, I tried to listen to it. It was pretty rough, man. Although I did feel that Party All the Time by the Migos dude.
No. See, Blast, that's why I can't take you serious when you say shit like that, man.
That was a nice freak of the sample. I mean, like when Khaled was like another one, I'm like, okay, all right, this is another one.
So you know what? Blast been doing that for years, man.
That's why I can't take him serious.
When we stayed together, like he would be quoting some Master P, and you don't know if he's playing or he's serious, man. Like,
I mean, I just like a little bit of everything, man. I get pegged as, you know, this guy that's only East Coast or some shit, but you know, I like a little bit of everything, man.
I can't believe you like Rapper Pooh, man. I mean,
see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's playing or he's serious.
Tested Rapper Pooh, and you can't act like it ain't that bad, man.
It's not, man. Like I was riding with Kamari, and I was listening to something, and it just kept repeating. She was like, "Dad, please put it on something else." And the first thing that came up was Rapper Pooh. And I was like, well, Doug said this was trash. Let me at least see. And I got through about 6 songs. And I'm like, man, I'm feeling this. And then we started talking. So I lost track. And I was like, well, all right, let me listen to this one more time by myself. And I was like, this shit is straight.
He's like,
I mean, you know, I feel him because I like that French Montana. Like that French is probably one of my favorite albums right now. And I just wouldn't have known that I would be feeling that French. So if you like Rapper Pooh, man, you know, more power to you.
So one thing on the French Montana, because I've always been a proponent of French Montana's production. Like I like Harry Fraud.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's he goes off on this album.
Yeah, and I like his mac and cheese, the mixtapes. But I've always been more French Montana production wise. And so when you was like, man, French is flowing and shit, I was like, okay, let me go back and...
No. That's what I'm saying. I never say he flowing and shit. I never say he's flowing this shit.
You
Hey,
said he
man.
was.
Go back and find that tape because I never say he's flowing
You
it.
said he's trying, and you said
I
he was
said
trying.
he's trying, and it's an attempt. It was an attempt. Like I ain't say he was flowing.
No, it
He's
ain't
not
no.
flowing.
It's
But
not.
but he's doing what he can do. He's doing what he can do with the skills that he has, and I respect that. Like he's on tracks with, Benny the Butcher and Jada, but he tries. You know what I mean? He tries.
Nah, it wasn't gonna be no hate from me.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say, I was like, man, French, he is what he is to me. Like he's not in my conversation of lyricists. I've always listened to French more or less for the production. And so when I went back and listened to this, and I was expecting like a little higher elevation on the bars, and he was just still. So what I was gonna say to you is like, man, if you like that, you might want to go back through his catalog because to me, he didn't elevate lyrically. I think he's the same. It is what it is. But if you like that production, Harry Fraud has done all of his music almost his entire career.
I may need to go back. I mean, they got me on this one.
The thing about French is what y'all hearing now is a more polished version, a more sellable version of French. This hasn't always been what French was. Back way before y'all hearing all this, it was a different French.
I wouldn't mind hearing.
Eric claims that
hearing
he hasn't gotten better though. Eric claims he hasn't gotten better.
I'm saying he's. I don't think. I'm not like Blast. I don't think French is trash. I just think he's okay. He's listenable. He has gotten a lot more commercial than to me. I like the Coke Boy stuff, like the mac and cheese mixtapes, the Coke Boy mixtapes. Like that's what I like. Like the kind of quote unquote poppy French. Like that's not my bag.
Like them artists, I don't put a lot of stock into them, man. Like I would never even go to my Apple Music and like play a French album. I just wouldn't do it. Like
you talking about you wouldn't listen to his album?
Because I've heard enough music from him. It doesn't spark my interest to go into his catalog. Like I know what he is. Like so, I mean,
only reason it caught my attention because I was listening to XM radio, and that one song came on. I can't think of the name of it now, but it was like, man, it was catchy. I'm like, man, is that French? Let me listen to the album, and it was called Montega. That's the name of the album, and he had some publicity. I guess the mayor of New York was at his listening party and all this stuff. I'm like, let me listen to it, and that's the only reason why I kind of got into it. It was a guilty pleasure. Like I didn't want to say anything. It was almost like, man, you had to come out the closet like French. Like, man, yeah, I like French.
Hey, you like what you like, man. Don't be hesitant to, what I'm saying, say what you like. If you like French, I mean, it's cool. He's not a bad artist. It's just something I wouldn't check for, Since you said you like the album, now I might have to check for it. Like you co-signed it. Now I got to see what you was, vibing off of. Yeah. Like I never thought I would like Joey Badass. Eric put me on to the first album, and then Danny Ray said that the album before that was a 5-micer. So I listened to that.
Yeah, man, I strongly disagree with that.
Now I don't believe that it's a 5-micer. It's a solid effort, but
yeah,
I didn't like that album at all. That
this latest joint is way better.
Yeah,
way better.
Yeah, I don't like the latest joint, man. Maybe I gotta go back and listen, man. I don't like the latest joint. He seems so basic, man. I was looking for some complexity, man. I'm not getting no layers. I'm not getting no wordplay. It's just real basic, bro. It's almost like rapper poo.
It's almost like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's 4 minute. Now, I will say about this Jay-Z, it's not basic. Like what he's saying is very.
Nobody ever said that.
Yeah, it's in depth. It goes beyond comprehension. Sometimes you gotta kind of like listen to what he's saying, but it's 4 minutes, man. You chop that down to 2 minutes, then you got a great verse. But he just went too long.
You said, Doug, you can tell where he started feeling himself.
Yeah, you hear his ad libs, like that's a good part. That's a good part of the song. Like what he's saying was dope. Like during that little 6-bar span, I'm like, man, this is. But then he falls back off. I'm like, well, there it is.
I won't say fall off because Dub will take offense to it. I think it's a good verse from Jay-Z. I just felt like I've heard better. But once again, you get Jay-Z pops out, twice a year now. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z pops out and he drops a 4-minute verse. Hip hop goes crazy because we haven't heard him do that. I don't know when the last time you heard Jay-Z drop 4 minutes. But once again, man, I still felt like the other two cats, Wayne and Ross, showed up on the track. I was like, damn, and I feel like cats is so enamored with the whole verse. It's like, man, we ain't even paying attention to Ross and Wayne. And I don't like. I think Ross can rap. He's not in my like top lyricist, but I think he was going on there.
Yeah, like I said, I liked Ross and Wayne better.
Yeah,
man,
and
Ross,
I don't particularly care for those two artists.
I hate.
Interesting point of views.
I like Ross.
You hate what?
You
hate what? Hold on. What did I say?
I was about to say like I've always preferred Wayne without the auto tune.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think his I thought he was bodying his verse. It's just I think the auto tune took away from it a little bit.
I agree.
Like if he would have just went straight up, just Wayne, just voice, I think it would have been a greater impact. But I felt like he had a better impact in his 12 bars because I haven't heard Wayne like that in a long time.
Are we going to address the Takeoff and Offset party all the time?
No, we're probably not.
I like to address my dinner soon. So
okay,
we gonna address this.
There it is.
Hey, once again, thanks for tuning in. Hops and Stocks, episode 51. Signing out. So Doug,
go Bucks.
Party all the time.
Dame.
Party all the time.
You know
that doesn't make a clip. I don't know what will. Man.
Oh no, it's staying in. It's staying in.
No, man. That's off limits. That's off limits, bro.
All right, man. We out.
Be a shell of a man.